I like Cox a lot. Give me something to break. It's Entertournament of Champions podcast. We are back after we revealed our top 10 best single-camera sitcoms from the television screens that we watch them on.
Yes.
And we're going to hash them out in a tournament, a single elimination tournament. 16 seeds, single elimination. One can survive. One can be the champion of champions. Because that's what we do on this show. We make lists, then we put them in a tournament against each other. Yada, yada, yada. We got to keep it a tight show. So this is Jeff over here. I write for HorrorGeekLife.com. I'm also a singer-songwriter, and I also do other podcasts. I'm one of two resident John Mayer experts. Anyway, Kyle, say hello.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and I'm going to say things really fast, too, because that's what Jeff did, because he set the pace.
All right, Kyle you stream now on Twitch like regularly, so that's
awesome. Yeah,
awesome.
I'm streaming a lot lately, so come back and watch.
Come back
because it's literally just been me and Kimmy and Mike. That's it. so
Awesome.
I, at least back then we had like in the teens sometimes, so not so much anymore.
Right, yeah, because the lack of regularity, like apparently,
the hiatus kills. That's
yeah.
why it's so important that we get our stuff out as weekly as we've been doing. Because people want it if they're looking for it.
Right. We also have in front of my face. We have JD.
Yeah, John Mayer expert number 2.
Yes,
of course.
Exactly.
And, shortest amount of letters in the name, so I win in the quickness department. So let's get this shit going, because I don't do anything, so there's no need to announce myself beyond that.
You play guitar a little.
Yeah, I play a little guitar. I can sing. I dabble.
Yeah, you dabble.
Feel honored
John
to be in the
Riley,
presence of
I know
two
that.
John Mayer experts. It's just really good. Feel good over here.
Awesome. So today, like I said, we're going to put these 16 shows that we landed on in the last episode, which everybody should go listen to discover how we landed on the placement of these shows in this bracket. And we're going to put them against each other March Madness style. So, 16 seed goes against 1, 15 goes against 2, so on and so on and so on, until we get ultimately a single winner. I'm repeating myself at this point. So the first matchup is a 16 seed versus number 1 seed. We have the League, which is, of course, our number 1 seed. I'm just kidding. That's our 16 seed.
That Taco Core sponsorship it's totally sold out.
And we have it fighting the number 1 seed that we all kind of had at the highest number average of our lists was Community, which is okay. It's an okay show. The order this time, last time, looks like I went first. And then Kyle went, and then JD went. So JD goes first this time, and then I go, and then Kyle goes.
All right.
Cool. So JD goes first on this one.
Well, I mean, I really like the League. I like the League a lot.
Yeah.
Actually.
That's why it's here. We all like it.
So it's oversighted, but this one's easy. It's Community.
Yeah. Okay.
This one's really easy. Mark Duplass is pretty good. Is that how you say it? Duplass?
Yeah, Duplass. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's Dupla.
Duplass. What the fuck did I just say? No, man, Community for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Sure. I agree with that. And I'm next, so I guess, I already kind of revealed my hand to the entire table. But I think Goku agrees with me because he's in my lap right now.
Oh.
So Community is going to end up taking this one by majority, and I think it would have been unanimous, right, Kyle? Like you?
Yeah. I mean, I like the League, and I don't even like football, and I think you can enjoy that show without having any interest in football or fantasy football or anything like that, which is kind of the magic of that show. But come on, it's Community.
Yeah. I started the League. Funny story. I started the League pre-fantasy football.
Oh.
And I thought it was funny. And then I did fantasy, and I was like, I know what these
get
jokes are. It's great.
But it works on that, on just the generic friendship level as well.
It does.
It absolutely does, yeah.
And also,
because who doesn't have asshole friends like that?
Like, they have, at most, an 8-person league. Those are never fun. Not.
There's sometimes
Everybody
struggling
has stacked rosters. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, when they're like, hey, they say something like, I got Cole Beasley, a wide receiver. I'm like, How?
Yeah.
You're an 8-person fucking league. You should be drafting like ace wide receivers the entire draft.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's funny.
Dude,
anyway,
Rafi and Dirty Randy. It's Dirty Randy, right?
Yeah, is that I love Rafi. That actor.
Yeah. He's funny as hell.
Can't stop, man. He is just he kills in every role. He's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's been a regular on that show. Like, not a regular, like a semi-guest appearance, I guess. But he's really fucking funny. He's just a loose cannon in every role. He's just all over the place.
Yeah.
And he can't stop. He can't turn him off. Hey, man, you want to go between my legs? When he's on the shitter? That's my favorite. No, man, just do an upper decker. You just like, or not? That's not an upper decker. But he's like, yeah, no, man, just go poop between my legs. It's no big deal. Oh my god!
I think he would win at every straight face contest.
Yeah,
forever.
Yes.
Like the shit he says, he doesn't break ever.
Right.
It's very impressive.
Community is going to go on, and I think we're going to save some ammunition for that one.
Yeah.
Should it not win the entire thing. Kyle goes next in this round, and the next round, it's the number 8 seed. We have Jean Reno, 911.
Okay. The professional, yeah.
The professional taken to the streets. You need to give you a ticket, or whatever. And versus number 9 seed, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know. This is miserable.
This one's not easy.
Yeah, this is miserable. Because Curb Your Enthusiasm is kind of a new love. I've been watching it kind of off and on for a while, but I've really started appreciating it recently, like we were talking last episode. Just as we get older, you start reflecting with the, the folly of how people act and stuff like that.
Right.
So, Reno 911 brings the laughs for me, man. And my dad was a sheriff, and like sometimes I like envision like my dad acting like this, like, and it's not that far of a reach either. So, So I don't know. There's just a lot of I've had a lot of fun growing up watching that show, and I even pitched it as one of the reboot shows. I like it so much. I want it back. So I think that one for me.
We agree on the reboot part. So JD goes next on this one.
Oh, man. Man, this one's really tough.
This is a harder one.
Curb Your Enthusiasm is probably one that I think, like, if I'm judging it based on today and today alone, probably going to have to go with Curb Your Enthusiasm because I can relate to that show a hell of a lot more. Oh,
my God.
But Reno 911...
Really compelling argument. Yeah.
We said this in the previous episode. You could just put that show on at any given time.
Right.
Any episode you pick up anywhere. But...
and you want to. Like, when you stumble upon it, you forget what you're about to watch, and you're like, I'm going to just go put on Reno. Fuck it.
At the same time, though, Curb Your Enthusiasm does have that, like, oh, this is why I hate people. Like, it puts it into a totally different palette to digest. So I'm going to say Curb Your Enthusiasm just because of how relevant it is to getting old and curmudgeon-y.
To force a deciding vote, too.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, good. Make it hard.
Make it very, very, very erect.
Just made it very hard.
Just
make it stiff.
This is not a flaccid decision.
Look, just spit out the answer.
This is not a floppy decision by any stretch of the imagination. I'm going to have to go with... this is like kind of the benefit and the downfall going last. I think JD swayed my argument. I think I'm going to go with Curb.
Okay.
I don't feel good about this one.
Yeah, I feel bad
I
too.
think he convinced me too with his argument.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't feel bad.
But
about
I love
that.
Reno. Like I literally can watch any episode at any time, any season, and laugh. And that's the definition of what we're looking for: situational comedies, sitcoms. Like that's it. Reno.
Right.
That's
for sure.
The fucking definition right there. They just kill, man, and that's never. This is pretty much just a goodbye love letter to Reno 911 at this point. But Curb is new love, like Kyle said. We relate on it completely similarly, where we stumbled upon it later in our lives, and we were like, this is how I think now. And
exactly.
Keep it to myself, of course, but this is how I think now and feel about people.
He's how I want to act, though. For
exactly.
Sure.
Oh, totally.
God, I wish I had the balls to just be like that.
Absolutely. We'll go into that more when we're going to have a tough next round. But for Curb and the other one we just voted through, I'm trying to keep the element of surprise for people that have short-term memory problems. All right, so Curb moves on. Again, it's kind of an ugly round, that one, but the next round is it's a little easier. A little bit.
Yeah.
I go first on this one. This one will be harder for Kyle, for sure, I think. But it's number 4 seed, Parks and Recreation. which we all love. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah. Okay,
adore.
I forget where it was on your list.
I adore that show. That's definitely the
That's a
right
good question.
word.
I think I had like 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. So we all had it top 5. Yeah, that's a top 5 show for us.
Yeah.
Easy. Versus 13 seed Spaced, Edgar Wright's first, I guess, I don't know if it was his first thing ever, but one of his first things ever.
Yeah, I think he did some shorts. I think I called it the first thing ever, like last podcast, but I think he did some shorts before this show.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to count this as the first thing ever mainstream-wise because shorts don't get the same amount of attention at all.
Yeah.
Spaced is good, man. I rewatched the first episode. I recalled recently that I watched it for when we brought up the reboots and revivals because I wanted some type of ammunition or some type of knowledge going into it. But I think I didn't end up having to use much of it. I don't know if it just went up against a tougher competitor or what. Oh my god, this one for me is a no-brainer because I have such a high, undying, like unconditional love for Parks and Rec and every single character on that show.
Yeah,
and it's like we're talking like an 8-character ensemble, and I love every single one of those fucking characters.
Yep.
Literally one of my favorite shows to rewatch. So I'm gonna have to go with Parks and Rec. So Kyle, you are next, sir.
Cool.
Not as hard as I thought it would be. It's definitely Parks and Rec for me also, just for every reason that you just said. It's just an easy pick for me. It's a show I do go back and watch.
Yeah.
And while I don't like, it's harder to kind of find space to watch and stuff like that. If I really wanted to watch it, I would. I would figure out a way.
Yeah.
But I don't. I usually end up watching Parks. So I mean, I've rewatched that show so many. That show is not only infinitely longer than Spaced.
Yeah.
But I've gone back and watched that one way more times than I've seen Spaced. So
I hear you. We're at this point. These are like the shows that we could have just retitled as shows we binge watch the most.
Oh, that's true.
We watch the
that's
most
true,
because like at least our top 5 or 6 are shows that we constantly go back to.
I don't think I've ever only watched one episode.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100% not. Yeah.
Like, and if I did, it wasn't by choice.
And not just once.
Yeah.
You're going through it 5 or 6 times. Yeah. I've done that with Parks. Oh my god, I can quote so many fucking episodes. It's crazy. As I'm watching them, of course. I can't do it off the top of my head now because that's how the brain works. It fucks us over. JD, how would you have voted on that?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec?
Totally. I didn't do any homework. I've still never seen any of Spaced.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
No time. I had no time.
Whatever.
It's okay.
The majority of us did our homework.
Sorry.
Yeah, I even did mine last minute, and I thought I was going to I was like, they're going to be mad that I only got to like 2 episodes.
I had pressing business. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Business.
Literally, the leftovers is the only thing from this week. That
he hasn't watched Saul yet.
I haven't watched Saul.
What?
Not current on Fargo.
Yeah, I was going to say you're not current on Fargo.
No,
anyway.
but I'm getting there.
Yeah, you
are.
Yeah,
my god, what a
Fargo
every
is
episode has a critical moment this season. It's just so good. So the next bracket. JD starts first on this one. This one's a tougher one for me personally. Ooh. This is number 5 seed 30 Rock, one of the best written comedies in this entire list, I think.
Yeah.
Versus number 12 seed The Office, which was my personal thing.
Yeah.
Was The Office.
I mean, dude, if this wasn't such a
the U.S. Office. Sorry for everybody that's like Ricky Gervais.
The UK one.
The UK. Hello, I'm Ricky Gervais. I'm a dickbag. Or whatever.
It's pretty good.
Adorable.
I felt
That was
transported
good.
there for a second.
Thanks.
You forgot to tell everybody you're an atheist.
What's the deal with it? Well, the questions.
It's like what? Okay, so we're not judging Ricky Gervais.
No.
No, not at all.
Man, this one really should be harder for me because I love The Office so much. But 30 Rock is just, dude, that one hits it from the very, very beginning. I feel like the U.S. Office took about 2 seasons to really, for me, get going.
I
liked it from the very beginning.
In season 2 for me,
but like Michael Scott's character just seemed a little bit different. I think kind of almost
season 1 is a very different looking cast, a very different written cast. Yeah, something changed between the writing crew or something.
30 Rock just had me from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. I knew from the premiere I was going to like that show.
I get
it. And I mean, it's a more star-studded cast, I guess. I mean, The Office made stars out of it, so you can't really 100%. Hold that against it.
Absolutely.
But no, I'm going to go 30 Rock just because it's. I think objectively it's a little bit better, even though The Office might be a little more near and dear to my heart.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling in the same boat as you are. I'm next, for those that didn't guess. I'm just going to talk over Kyle. I'm going with this. Again, this is voting against my head versus my heart. And I'm going to go with my head on this one. My head appreciates the writing more if you can write like that.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's one brain or several, which it's more than likely several. per episode, but still, the writing is just phenomenal and nonstop. So I'm gonna have to go with 30 Rock.
All right.
Even though I love the characters of The Office, like so much. We're talking about Parks and Rec, not Parks and Rec level, where every character has its own distinct thing.
Yeah.
That you just absolutely love in them, like wholehearted, like you just care so much about them. Like Stanley's a great character, but no, I don't love the guy. Like he's just a great presence to have.
Right.
Just talking like this, and he just doesn't give a shit. Like he's a good character to have, but he's a supporting character, you know.
And some of the other ones took a few seasons to really.
Creed is one of the best characters, dude. Oh my god!
But even he takes a little while to really get.
He does. They start finally
out.
giving him stuff, and he's almost making shit up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we got to make him this character now. Like the dude that seems like he has dementia, but he's fully functioning. He's just an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, there's a genius to it, which is weird. But like. We're like 3 or 4 seasons in, and Jim is telling everybody everybody in the office found out that Jim loved Pam.
Right.
And Creed is in the break room talking to him about it. And this is 3 fucking seasons in the show, and Creed is like, "Oh no way, which one is Pam?"
Oh my god. Yeah, that's so funny.
Are you fucking serious?
Oh my
like,
god.
She's like the 3rd lead of the show.
Right.
Oh god, it's a funny show. It brings me plenty of laughs.
It's
but
like in dodgeball. There's a pirate on our team.
But 30 Rock's going forward by a majority. I assume that would be unanimous, Kyle. Right?
Yeah. 30 Rock for me. I'm gonna definitely say save some words for 30 Rock for later, though.
Okay.
Probably gonna need to.
Yeah, we're absolutely gonna need to. I know this is gonna seem like obvious to everybody. Well, at least we got one lower seed that got through Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah.
But this might seem obvious to everybody in terms of like, you know, higher seeded shows moving forward. But sorry. That's the way sometimes it goes.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how happy people are going to be with our final picks. Because shows like these are so like different people enjoy them. Like I don't know a lot of people who enjoy kind of our top like 1 and 2 seeds. So
yeah, I can agree with that. Because they're a little bit niche, but at the same time the fan base is so vocal.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no denying that.
Yeah. The next one, Kyle goes first, actually. It's the number 2 seed, Arrested Development, coming back for a season next. I think it's next year, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Versus number 15 seed, which was on my number 10. It was Veep.
Wow. Yeah. I'm actually just got done watching 2 episodes of Veep. Love that show.
Yeah.
Definitely going to like... That's my... If I weren't going camping this weekend, that would have been my whole weekend. But it'll be my whole next week, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to have a new show, and I love that show. But we're talking about... Arrested Development, a show I've loved for a long time. So, and a show that continues to just like not want to die, and I love that. It's got a lot of, it's got a lot of heart. So, it's Arrested Development for me.
Okay. JD?
Well, I mean, that's why you always leave a note.
That's why you do some homework.
That's why you always leave a note. I mean, I want to get into Veep so that
you do your homework before the podcast.
Like Veep would have won for me anyway. Oh man, I had Arrested Development at number 1, so there's no way I'm not going for that.
That's true. Even if you saw Veep, you'd still be like, not the same.
Yeah, but I will say on the upcoming staycation, which is one day away from being a thing. Dude. It's Veep, it's Fargo. I've got a couple other things lined up, ready to go.
I dropped some movies on you.
Yeah. Well, you dropped a lot of movies on me.
It was like 5.
Yeah, you dropped quite a few.
I kept it pretty light considering I have like 20 movies on my list.
I can't wait to watch Get Out.
These are really totally paid for DVDs, by the way.
Totally paid. Totally. Yeah, I literally dropped them on it because they're physical. I handed them to you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you use that vernacular. I was just making sure the audience understood that. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Arrested Development, 100%, and I'll save more for later because I might need it.
I'm gonna throw some love at Veep because I would have gone Arrested Development too. The characters in it. I mean, the characters in Veep. Oh my god, these shows are very similar actually. The more I think about it, they share an actor, but not only that, but like situationally, and the characters are defined. Like the characters starting in season. Is this the 5th season? I think it is. Yeah. Starting in the 5th season, they're like split off, kind of doing their own thing. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to get into it. But even then, you care about it. Like you're invested in each story, and you find each story hilarious in its own way.
Okay.
So each character is very much well defined, and some episodes do the same thing that Arrested Development does, where they set something up in the beginning, like a joke in the beginning, and then everything just spirals out of fucking control at the end.
Oh, cool.
They do that same thing, like on occasion.
Anybody creatively shared between the two shows?
I don't know. Maybe some like writers in the writers' room and stuff, but not the head guy who actually left the show. But it's still great.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember his name, Anthony Iannucci, something Italian, because he adapted it from his show over in his country.
Okay.
Brought it over here, and it translated completely.
Cool.
Like it just totally fucking worked. It's amazing, like how like people from Washington will be like, yeah, that show's actually kind of accurate, except for the stuff, the reason like bills get passed in the show.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that people had hang-ups on. Bills actually get passed in the show, and that's not accurate. No. But everything else around it is pretty fucking accurate. Like, everybody just has loose lips and just talks shit all the time when they're not around, media and stuff like that.
Awesome.
It's a refreshing look at that. But, for those that haven't watched Veep, I know Kyle's catching up, but still killing it. Like, 5 seasons,
just
5
got
plus
renewed.
seasons in. It did.
Today.
Just Silicon Valley, and this one got renewed.
Yep.
Today.
Awesome. Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Congratulations.
Unfortunately, TJ Miller's leaving Silicon Valley, though, but...
He is.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would call it a huge crushing blow.
His character's kind of been on the periphery for the last
the focus has been
season and a half.
Dinesh.
Yeah.
Even Guilfoyle's getting more in there.
Guilfoyle's little arc with
the hacker girl.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I love that.
And I love everything Richard did. Like, Thomas Middleditch is just so easily hilarious.
Great name, too.
Barely has to try. Dude is fucking funny. Same thing with Zach Woods, who came from The Office.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He was Gabe, super awkward.
Oh, man.
Really awkward in The Office. Him and Rainn Wilson go back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's in the bloopers about how tough they are and how much they work out. They literally made up the entire exchange, and Jim is like... John Krasinski's in the break room with them trying to get them to settle down or play a prank on them or get them to keep going or whatever. But he can't hold it together because they're making shit up that's just so genius. It's so funny. You got to watch that. Anyway, so Veep is great. Everybody should really check that out. But AD moves on.
You.
JD, vote for AD. The next round is interesting because it contains characters that are doing deplorable things. I know. But they're very, very funny and likable somehow. It's Always Sunny, number 7 seed, versus Eastbound and Down, number 10 seed.
Oh.
That was a good O.
Jeez. Yeah. God, 2 shows I would never think about. Like, even though they're comedies or whatever, it's just like they're so vastly different. Even though they're kind of the same in terms of like character context, but like comedy styles are just so vastly different.
Jokes are very different, and the format in terms of like, I know there's some improv in Eastbound and Down, but a lot of it in terms of like editing feels scripted. It's Always Sunny. It just feels like they just go and roll camera and they just talk.
Exactly. Right. And y'all are drinking a beer and Frank's gonna walk in at some point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe with the shirt on, maybe not. Probably not.
Maybe not. You're gonna be surprised. We don't know.
I'm going first on this one, and I'm gonna go with It's Always Sunny. I feel like this one is a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Of a round, even though I do love Eastbound and Down, and I love it got included. I think Kyle ended up picking that one, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Feel good about that.
Yeah, it's a great pick, man. And it really, oh man. I got a quote out of that show that I say all the time. Like when Kenny's friend, I don't remember, I can never remember his name.
No, me neither.
He looks dumb.
Yeah.
He just looks dumb and talks dumb.
Kenny Powers.
Wait, the one that his like druggy friend or his like school friend?
The school friend, right?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they befriended each other at school. Like, he was a teacher there.
Yeah, I forget his name.
But he decorated his son's room. He decorated Kenny's son's room, future son's room or whatever. And he was like, you decorated my son's room shittily. And I never heard the word shittily before. So I use it all the time now. Thanks, Eastbound and Down.
Stevie Janowski.
Stevie
Janowski.
Yeah.
Stevie.
What a great character. That poor fucking guy.
Yeah.
Him and what's his name from Veep? The main guy, not the main guy, Tony Hale's character. Tragic comedy characters, like like doormats. But I mean, they volunteer for those situations that gets them there. I gotta go with It's Always Sunny though, and I have a feeling we're gonna have to talk much more about that later. So Kyle, you're next on this one.
Yeah, I feel good about It's Always Sunny as well. That show's just, man, like I said, it's just live action South Park. That's just, just good. I just really like that show quite a bit. But I don't know. I feel good about at least throwing a hat out to what's the other movie? What's the other show? Eastbound and Down. Just because it is a funny show and it's star studded and the amount of cameos that pop up is just crazy and the situations they get into are crazy. But you get so much more bang for your buck with It's Always Sunny. There's so many more seasons of it. It's a show that you get to watch just get better and better as the seasons go along. So yeah, It's Always Sunny.
It is Always Sunny.
Yep.
JD, how would you have voted?
Oh, It's Always Sunny for sure.
No, fucking
for sure.
poser. Fucking
Dude,
poser over here.
Every individual one of them is still more deplorable than Kenny Powers. And that's not at all an understatement on Kenny Powers.
No, that's saying a lot.
So yeah, I got to go with that because it kills that brand of humor and it just doesn't stop. Every single episode is, and now it's into the social commentary round.
Yeah. Like that first episode where they're black. I mean, come on,
God, so good.
From the last season.
It's one of my favorite, that's one of my favorite episodes of that show, I think. I just loved it.
God. Okay.
I legitimately couldn't believe that was like, oh my God, they're this late in the show and they're still doing stuff like this. That's like catching people off guard with its content, but still killing it in terms of its, there's a message there if you look, but it's still killing it in terms of laughs.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great. So the next round, oh my God, Kyle goes last on this one.
Ooh.
Oh boy, his show could get the ouster.
No.
Ousted. We have number 3 seed Scrubs versus number 14 seed Bored to Death.
Oh,
okay.
I'm first, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Man.
Scurbs.
Okay.
Don't be Bird to Death. Put on some Scurbs.
Put on some Scurbs. All right, you know what? This one's going to be really easy for me.
Oh, really?
Because if I can't be subjective and if I can't be objective, I'm just going to go based on stupid shit. Character named JD and Scrubs. Scrubs wins. Done. Represent the fucking name.
I think there's a little bias there, but I'll allow it.
It really should win anyway. I mean, I love Bored to Death. It's one of my favorite HBO comedies of the last 5-10 years. But
are there other better? I mean, I don't know if any. I mean, Hung was even good, and that got canceled. Like
Hung was
I liked Hung a lot. Yeah, I thought that was great. I don't think it was as good as Bored to Death, but
I'm
did it get canceled or did it?
Pantheon of comedies. I don't.
Well, Flight of the Conchords would be one.
Yeah, I can't think of ones that are bad though.
Yeah, that's true.
It's tough to think of them.
Yeah,
I'm sure they. I mean, Vinyl. I don't know what the fuck Vinyl was, but that
dude,
got canceled.
Vinyl had no idea what it was at all. It was just like, we still have this guy on contract from Boardwalk Empire, right? All right.
Yeah.
Let's give him a show.
Yeah, we still got that deal with Scorsese and Cannavale's on board too, right?
Yeah.
Well, whatever, just give him a show.
Yeah, Olivia Wilde, she can be in it for like 30 minutes, right? Sweet.
We're gonna put her naked in it too.
All right, yeah.
Okay, yeah. We got to make sure the viewers are there.
But yeah, I love Bored to Death, but I got to give it to Scrubs because I mean that show killed it for a very, very long time, and Bored to Death only got like 3 seasons. So
yeah, I'm. Why would I vote for the one that I watched 1 episode of? So.
What did you think of the 1 episode, though?
It was really good. I appreciated more now the subtle humor in it.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, it's again, just like Reno 911 was, it's the definition of situational comedy. Where he is picking up this girl's sister and arguing with the guy that kidnapped her through a bathroom window, and they end up connecting somehow.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's just irreverent as shit, man.
My favorite thing about that show is he's like an alcoholic, so he's trying to stop drinking, but he'll drink white wine because it's like I don't know, it doesn't count for him or whatever. I don't know how he justifies it.
And then he goes to have a was it a shot? And he immediately like regurgitate. I usually drink white wine. That's more of my thing.
Yeah, man. Ted Danson cannot be undersold in that because
he's so good.
Even
I
with
love Ted Danson.
There, Ted Danson is still probably, I think, the funniest character of the show.
Me too. I agree with that. Yeah.
I like him quoting Jason Schwartzman, his book to him, Jonathan's book to him.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "That's from my novel." And he's like, "Well, you got it from me."
Yeah, he's such a narcissist.
He is.
Oh man.
And Zach Galifianakis is great in it. He plays a dude that has like marriage trouble starting out in the show.
All 3 seasons.
It's like
it's that. That's
greatest role ever.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that it didn't really go anywhere in terms of like.
No,
it's
it
always
goes
trouble.
places. It goes places, but like that's what he's constantly dealing with. Is marital.
And it's funny because like Jonathan went through this serious shit.
Yeah.
Like the first episode, and he's trying to tell Galifianakis about it. And he's like, but then she's like complaining to me about I didn't snuggle with, or I left her there, or whatever, even though she's the one that fell asleep. And I'm like, what the fuck? Who cares, man? This dude went to jail.
Yeah, exactly.
I like how he ran away at one of those like shitty. It wasn't even like a lighter. It was like one of those shitty candle lighters.
Oh yeah.
The dude chased him into the bathroom with. Just knock it out of his hand, dude.
Yeah.
Because if he lets go, the flame is gone.
Yeah.
Like so.
It's so funny, man.
It's funny. So I got to give it some credit. But Scrubs, I watched since I was, in my adolescence.
Yeah.
Formed a lot of my humor, or what I embrace as humor and laugh at. And then, obviously I grew up with it from there. Became an adult watching Scrubs.
Yeah.
And I still enjoy revisiting it when I do, which is not often, but when I do revisit it, it's like, it feels good to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Scrubs.
Cool.
Scrubs.
I assume Kyle would have gone with Blackish.
Yeah, Blackish for me, man. Go ahead and put that forward. No, it's Scrubs for sure for me, and I'll save things I need to say later because that's going to definitely get butchered here in the next round. So
we have the next round. Oh, I'm going last on this one. I have no problem with that. Louis, number 6 seed. Louis versus the Concorde's flight, number 11. I didn't have room for all of it.
That's okay.
So I just put Concorde.
God.
Just an FOTC.
FOTC. Yeah, that's true. I was trying to avoid acronyms in this one. I really
okay.
was.
Bob and Nom.
Bob and Nom, yeah.
That's the best one.
Guys, go back and listen to the TV revivals and reboots episode.
That was a great
context. That was good.
Great tournament episode, man.
This is a really tough one, and
it's so tough. I'm over here like mortified because I think I'm going first.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, fuck off with all that. Wow.
Come on,
man. Jeez. I think I'm gonna throw a wild card here. I've been watching Louis more recently lately, and I think that's the better show. But I think I'm gonna go flat on the Concords on this one.
Okay.
Just because of its originality, and we just don't get a lot of shows like that just break out into song and dance.
Like that, yeah.
Zero shows like that. There's just nothing like it. So I like the relatability for Louis is there, and the funny is there, and the great cinematography and writing is all there. You get something really, really special out of Flight of the Conchords that you're just not getting anywhere else. It only exists there. I think I feel good with that. I'm going to go with Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
JD is next on this one.
So you're just hoping I got swayed by that and go Flight of the Conchords so that Scrubs can easily move through on the next round? Is that your angle? Is that your angle there,
Maybe
Kyle?
you know what? I didn't realize I'm that big of a mastermind, but I'm going to go with that. Yeah, absolutely.
Take credit.
I want to go down the train with you because I'm a big Flight of the Conchords fan, but I can listen to their shit every day in my car, so I get kind of my fill of it just through the music.
Yeah,
I feel that. Yeah.
The music to me is my favorite part of the show.
You need those visuals, dude.
I know, but I have them in my head movies.
I know they're in their head.
My head movies.
Tropic Thunder reference there.
Yeah. Super Jack. That's so great. Oh my god! Holy shit. Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna go with Louis though because that show seriously means so much to me because I feel like I became an old man watching that show.
Okay, I hate you for pitting this on me. I hate you so. I watched one episode of Flight of the Conchords,
the premiere episode.
And it was damn near. What's the closest thing to transformative? I'm pretty sure that was it because that show is unbelievable. And like Kyle said, it's off. There's nothing like there's. Zero things like it.
Very true.
3 songs. That's just ambition, dude. I know it was only 2 seasons, 3.
I think they got 2.
2?
Yeah.
I know it's only 2 seasons, but that's still a lot of work, and I can understand why they're we're good. Because I know HBO tried to get them, and they were we're good.
Yeah. I mean, they don't need them.
No, they don't.
No.
But those 3 songs were fucking iconic.
It was what you're into. Is that in the first episode?
It was part-time model, the robots taking over the humans, and then they had a solo and binary.
Okay.
00011 and all that shit. It was great. Man. And then Raining on My Face.
Oh, yes.
It's such a great fucking song, dude. Yep. Oh, my God.
I can't wait till you get to the rest, though, man.
Me too. Yeah.
This is exceedingly difficult. It sounds like I still didn't educate myself enough or something. I don't want to go with Louis, but...
You have to, man.
I know. But at the same time, I know I said Flight of the Conchords offers nothing else.
I totally agree with that.
Just watch the Louis Dream episode where he keeps having weird dreams.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great episode.
Yeah, nothing like that on television or movies.
Absolutely. There's multiple episodes that are like that. Maybe not exactly like that, but that just flip the script that what Louis is. With the Jeremy Renner episode that we brought up our last podcast episode.
Yeah, good one.
That show does a really good job of just kind of changing its identity sometime to keep it fresh.
He makes it like a whole like almost like a 2-movie arc. The last season where he dated a foreign girl that didn't speak his language.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
he met her like in a broke down elevator or whatever.
That's right.
Yep.
And that turned into like a 5-episode arc.
Doesn't she ask him to fix something?
I think so.
Isn't that like how he gets?
Well, he ended up being stuck in the elevator first, right? With her grandma or something.
Yeah,
that's right.
And then ultimately they just keep bonding, and even though they never learned each other's language, which is there's something profound there in terms of like loving somebody but not being able to even talk to them. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And of course it ends because it's Louis. It always ends tragically. But I love, man, that show's got balls, dude. It's so good. So I have to go with Louis. I feel really bad about it, actually.
Okay.
Because Flight of the Conchords is a worthy fucking competitor.
It is. This was probably one of the closest rounds for me. Like,
I can understand that. Reno and Curb was like the one I feel dirty about. The next round we have Community versus Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Woo!
Fuck me in the butt with a rake. So I'm fucking
it's
first.
It's not gonna fit.
The other end. In that case, you just buy anything, like a broom, stick it up your ass, whatever. I'm turning into Larry David suddenly. Well, just get a broom and put it up your ass.
That's good.
Yeah. I love Curb, new love, just like I've been saying. But Community, man. I mean, Community was like, if you subtract season 4, which wasn't their worst season.
Yeah.
I mean, it was their worst season. It wasn't the worst thing ever, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
It was the worst season, don't get me wrong. But there was still good stuff in there somewhere. But, I mean, there was... Otherwise, when Dan Harmon was involved, every episode was like a thing.
Yeah.
With a theme. And just even when they had 20 fucking episodes a season, 20-plus episodes a season, every episode had its own theme, and it was brilliant. And had so many fucking layers to it. I have to go with Community, man. It's just the one I know more, of course.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, I love Curb. I love what I've seen so far of Curb, and I cannot wait until it comes back. And I'm probably going to be done with it by that point, so
yeah,
that'll be good. I'll be ready for it. It's good, though, man. So Kyle is next.
Yeah, I really like Curb, too. Like you said, new love, it's good stuff, real relatable. I revisiting Community right now after all of our talking about it last episode, and first off, surprised and don't remember that the first few seasons were like 20-something episodes long.
Yeah.
How the fuck did they keep that up for
I don't
however long
know.
that they did?
It's crazy.
And you're absolutely right. Everything feels like just so thematic every single episode. And I just got past the paintball episode last night, and it was just like, nice. God, what a fun revisit that is.
Was the first one the star? No, the second one was the Western one.
Yeah, the second one's the Western round. The first one is the one where Chan comes in at the end, and
that was just like a kind of a normal-ish paintball one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty normal-ish paintball, but they were just doing non-stop like lines from action movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, Abed was, yeah,
non-stop, which they do in all of them. But man, like this is the thing that started all of, like the really really heavy concept episodes, which is we get a lot of good stuff in later seasons. So yeah, it's an easy pick for me for its Community.
Cool.
Awesome. What?
Totally.
Community too?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Not at all to not Curb Your Enthusiasm, because that show is...
Yeah. I was looking up episodes as we were talking about it, and I was remembering the episode where he tripped Shaq, and he felt like really bad about it. He kept going to visit him and stuff like that to make it up to him. And when he was in the locker room for the Lakers, and he visited the team's doctor, and he kept asking him to look at something on his back. And the doctor kept getting mad at him. Like he just kept getting mad at him. He's like, "Look, I'm off the clock." He's like eating a sandwich. He's like, "I don't want to do this right now." Yeah, but you're a doctor. You can tell me, right? Like you can tell me if it's good or if I just need to see somebody else.
That's funny. Man.
He got so mad. Good episode. That was the only one I stopped on though. I was whatever. I'm done reading through that. Anyway, so the next round is Parks and Rec versus 30 Rock.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, this is I can't believe we've got to say goodbye to one of these. What the fuck?
Shit. Yeah, no, this is rough.
Both of these could easily be Final Four material.
Yeah.
That 4-5 seed gets you.
Yeah, it's all the matchups, man. That's all that's where the fucking luck comes in. I'm sorry, JD's first.
Oh, shit. Okay. was just
I
like,
guess you need to know that.
holding. Shit, man, this one's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah.
I'm currently going through a Parks and Rec rewatch though. I'm in season 3,
Mm-hmm.
and I just watched the one where Andy and April did the who can get more free shit while they're out.
Oh my god, I love
That
that
is
episode.
one of the
It's
most
good.
adorable episodes ever. And then that's followed up by the one where she goes, "Hey, I love you," and he's like, "Awesome sauce."
Yeah,
and it's
the
that whole
Harvest
thing.
Festival, yeah.
And when they're on the Ferris wheel, and Ron's like, "You need to do this. You need to do that.
Yeah.
You need to stop being a child."
Solidifies his role as a
dude,
dad.
that's just
Yep.
such a great episode for the show. So I think probably the freshness of the rewatch is going to make it a little easier for me to push that one through. So
Okay.
Parks and Rec for me.
Oh man, I'm not gonna feel good about any decision here. Any decision here. Talk about feeling. I just feel dirt. I just feel nasty. I need a shower. I need a big shower. I love 30 Rock a lot. Lots of good shit in that show. Like I'm cycling through the episode titles, and it's really hard to distinguish one from another. To be honest with you,
That's true.
it's challenging. The writing is just, I mean, top notch. Like I've been saying the last 2 episodes, and I will continue to repeat that because it really is that good. How about Jack's mother, man? What an opposition!
Oh yeah, no
Yeah.
shit.
Anytime she showed up, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because they did such a good job making us hate her.
Yeah.
and I know
Oh,
that
yeah.
she died, which is, I mean, that's unfortunate. She was kind of up there, but that was unfortunate. She died shortly after or before they ended the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or during the last
Yeah,
season.
because I remember they did a tribute to it because Jack was processing her death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
Or
right.
something like that. Anyway, that was good.
I didn't know
too,
she actually
because he
died.
couldn't really process it. I don't know. He was constantly looking for confirmation from just some type of, I don't know, positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
And he just, I don't know. There was something about it that was profound through the writing that was just, I don't know. I can't even fucking recall it. I'm not going to pretend to recall a really, really smart, fast-paced 30 Rock episode. I can't do it. I can't do it. So, it's never to the point where it's convoluted, where the jokes are okay, you got to stop throwing jokes at me.
Right.
It's not like that. Because then it would just be unwatchable.
Right.
It's too fucking funny. I can't do it. But I do have to go with Parks and Rec. I feel bad because Kyle didn't really get to vote on that one. But
Would you have gone?
How would you have gone?
Differently?
I would have gone 30 Rock. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I would have
do
gone 30
feel
Rock.
bad.
I think the writing just shines through on that one,
Yeah.
and just
not wrong.
I think while Parks and Rec has the more lovable characters and the more fun moments and stuff like that, 30 Rock is just fucking crazy and zany, and I don't know. I think I get more bellowing laughs out of
Yeah, me too.
30 Rock.
Everything Tracy says is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You're about to get something crazy, when he walks on screen.
And him and Jenna's dynamic, I loved watching them play off of each other too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
they were great. Everybody loves the Page. What's Kenneth? Everybody loves Kenneth.
Everyone loves Kenneth.
Yep, he's great. And man, there's a lot of great characters in that one. I just
Sure.
have a profound it feels. I feel things for these characters on Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they're absolutely, of course, the writing is just. It's really good. It is smart. There's an element to it that is smart. It's obviously not as intelligent, as 30 Rock, that smart.
Yeah.
But there's a smartness to it where
I think
there's
so,
a smartness in the dumbness.
Yeah.
Because Andy says a lot of dumb shit.
It's the charm.
But you don't think that way because we're not dumb.
Right.
So it makes it smart somehow that they wrote a really dumb line for Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is too dumb. It's.
Stupidity with precision.
I like when April first started. It was during the old people thing, dance or whatever, and her 2 boyfriends. That's a really convoluted relationship. Talk about convoluted. Hey, I'm with this guy who's gay for this guy, but he's not gay for me,
Right.
Or whatever. It's super convoluted. That's really funny, by the way. But when she said, for a couple of dudes. Was it a couple homosexuals? You guys are acting really gay right now. She walked off.
That's one of my favorite lines.
That's pretty early on, isn't it?
It was. It
Yeah.
was early. It was
Super
season
season,
2 or 3 when she started developing feelings for Andy. He was playing a song,
Oh yeah.
and oh my god, Andy's songs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Andy's songs. We got to
So
get it all
great.
out because I don't know if it's gonna last against Community, but but Andy's fucking songs, dude. I don't know who wrote them, but 1,000 Candles in the Wind.
Yeah.
That song is fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
It's actually good. Bye bye, little Sebastian.
Oh, little Sebastian shit.
I'll miss you in the greatest fashion.
I still don't get it. Little Sebastian. I still don't get it.
I really do get it. I still don't. And he's
I totally get it now.
What the fuck? And he's like saying what the fuck to the camera. It's a fucking horse.
He just does the most inane thing.
And then when he passes away, like literally, even Ron's crying.
Yeah.
I've only cried 2 other times in my life.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of them. When I saw the Grand Canyon with my own eyes, and until Sebastian died. But the songs you gotta watch for if you're like a Dave Matthews fan. I rewatched Parks and Rec early on. I was paying attention to Andy's mannerisms when he's playing. He's totally like Dave Matthewsing. He is Dave Matthewsing hard like a frat boy would.
Okay. All right.
During every song in the beginning.
Cool.
It's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Sweet, dude.
It's great. Anyway, the next round is Arrested Development versus It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Woo. Jesus Christ. Kyle goes first on this one. Fuck me.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia versus Arrested Development.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, America.
Yeah, sorry, America. In Spain, or 10 people in Spain. Let's see. It's got to be Arrested Development for me. I love It's Always Sunny, but Arrested Development is the one I go back to more because I think it's the better show to me. Smarter. Characters are. I mean, I don't even know if you can say you love them because you hate most of them, but you love to hate them.
Yeah.
Because they're just they're not deplorable in the way that like It's Always Sunny guys are, but just like they're also shitty to each other and their family.
It's the dysfunction.
It's so dysfunctional, yeah. So I don't know. I really just love Arrested Development, and it's super smart and just layered in comedy. I'm on my 5th or 6th watch through ever, and I'm picking up little things in the background, little things in the foreground that I never realized before. It's just the kind of show it is. So yeah, it's Arrested Development.
Nice. JD is next.
Man,
I wonder how you're gonna go. Your number 1 show or like your number 7?
I don't know. It's gonna be real tough. No. Arrested.
Old man sounds.
Look at my back. Arrested Development. Arrested Development. Dude, just the like you said, Kyle, the
allegedly arrested,
allegedly never convicted, escaped 4 times. Dude, one of my favorite episodes is the one where George Sr. gets out of jail to go play God, and and then he's not there. And then, there is no God.
I love George Michael in the
the bodysuit.
Yeah.
Like he actually thinks that that's his real body, dude. Everything about that show is hysterical. But
it's great.
I love It's Always Sunny too. It's just it's a different brand of comedy.
Right.
I think Arrested Development.
Yeah, it would have been unanimous. I would have gone with Arrested Development too.
Cool.
It's Always Sunny took a little bit for me to get into it. Yeah. Like I remember when I first started watching it, like season 1, I finished it. And I was like, all right, it's okay. I'm still don't see what everybody's talking about with it being like one of the best shows ever. Oh my god!
Right.
I didn't see it at that point, so I took a break. Like it made me want to watch other things or whatever, and so I came back to it. And man, am I glad I did because it really starts taking off around season 3 or 4. They really hit their stride.
Season 3 is really where it starts jumping into crazy train.
And then they've only been getting better. It's not even like stagnant. Like they're just great. Just trust me, it's just great.
Yeah.
It's like better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
Just up in their game. Like, how ridiculous can we get?
Yeah.
How possibly ridiculous can we get?
What can we get away with?
Exactly. And they really tested their mettle with the first episode. That episode where they're all black. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
Geez.
How is that your premiere and you expect it to keep airing after that? That's just crazy.
Yeah.
People want it.
I wanna go home.
So it is unanimous. Arrested Development moves forward, and it's going to face the winner of Scrubs versus Louie.
Woo.
Yeah.
This is a miserable round.
Yeah.
Because I know there's going to be some heartbreak, probably. I don't know. I'm going to go with drumroll Louie. I'm going to go with... This is shit. Didn't even make time for the drum roll. Drum Louie roll. So, I don't know. It's just... Louis is there's more depth, I guess. I don't fucking know how to justify this. They're 2 completely different shows in terms of brands of comedy.
Exactly.
And Louis is darker and more. I mean, there's surrealness in it. It's kind of like a blend of like now that I'm watching Twin Peaks fucking finally. It's kind of like a blend of like David Lynch, a little bit in certain elements where it's like the way he films it and how some of it's like, the fuck was the point of that? You know what I mean? And it's super surreal. And then you blend that with like the sense of humor and sensibilities of like Woody Allen or something. And Larry David, because he has some rants too.
Yeah.
Not really rants, because he always, when he rants, he always stops himself and he's like, but you can't, you just don't do that.
Yeah.
Like he can't get a rant out.
Yeah.
Which is what I love about him, actually.
That's funny.
It's just, I know we're trying to be objective about, objectively, even so, I feel like the directing in Louis blows me away on a regular basis with every episode. Not every episode, because some of them are just straightforward. Here's some comedy. Here's some yucks.
Yeah.
But some of them, I'm like, who the fuck, Louis did this?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Especially, like, when, I think it was the second to last season, on the finale, he, like, travels to China or somewhere, and he's literally just, like, walking around.
Yeah.
That's the entire episode. It's just him walking around getting to know people that he doesn't speak the language, and that's it. Like, it's just him. And I'm like, this is pretty much like, I don't know, some type of ending to a movie or something. But it's just him walking. There's no like jokes or anything. It's just him trying to get to know people for real and filming it. Right. Because these people did not know who he was. Right. You could tell.
Very organic.
Exactly. Felt like a real episode. I don't know. There's realness in the surrealism, I guess. I still like Scrubs a lot, though, man. I like revisiting it. I just don't do it often, unfortunately. But yeah, I like the chemistry of the cast. I like Cox a lot. Yeah. Dr. Cox is a great fucking character. Yep. Among all these shows. He's a standout. And I feel bad saying goodbye to it for me. Yeah. Not that everybody else would probably vote for Scrubs, knowing my fucking luck.
We'll see.
But, Kyle, where are you going to go, man?
Man, everything you said about Louis is totally true. Scrubs, I gotta say, whenever you go back to the first episode, sometimes, like going back to the first season in shows, you're like, that's not my favorite season, but, we'll get there. We'll get to the good stuff. It's not that way with Scrubs. I think it's one of the best pilots ever. It actually sets up every single relationship in that entire show for the rest of all those seasons in that episode in 22 minutes or whatever, 24 minutes, whatever the runtime is. It somehow fits all of it in every single relationship, who every single person is to everybody else. And then the rest of the show just takes that like format and then just does whatever it wants to inside of it. It's really interesting how you just get the whole show in the first 24 minutes of it. And that's not to say that it's the same all throughout, because it does some really interesting things and does some really high concept stuff. And it never gets old or boring or whatever. But just like you know that, like, well, JD and like Sarah Chalk are going to be into each other forever, and obviously Turk is going after Carla, and Dr. Cox hates Kelso, everything in the first episode. And I don't know, there's something really really amazing to say about that. And it's still just an all-time favorite show for me. And I think it's a show that's really well directed and really well produced, and really, man, a lot of great music comes from it, man. There's I think JD picked, not JD, what's his face? Zach Braff picked all the music for that show, just like he did for Garden State and stuff like that. So, and you can tell it's all like indie, type of rock or whatever. But it's fitting, and it's always good, and it kind of turned me on to new bands and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just really like that show, so I'm gonna make it hard for, or maybe not hard. I'm just gonna make JD decide. So,
I appreciate it. Man, this is actually going to be tough for me to take both of y'all's points into consideration, because I actually never really thought about the premiere of Scrubs like that. Yeah, I've maybe watched the full show all the way through twice. I don't think I've seen more than that. Shit, dude,
it's a fucking nightmare, right?
I'm leaning towards Louis. It was on my list. I didn't have Scrubs there. I had it as an honorable mention. Mm-hmm. Just two totally different brands of comedy, but Louis has the ability to like make you cry a little bit, maybe elicit a little bit more than just the comedy side of things. Even though Scrubs does make me laugh my ass off from start to finish every episode. And like you said, Kyle, the dynamic is there from the very beginning, and they don't it doesn't get tired at all. I'm gonna go Louis. I don't feel good about it, but I'm gonna go Louis.
I don't feel good about any of this.
Yeah.
I don't know why we did this at all.
It's amazing how we always reach the same
conclusion. I'm gonna have ulcers after this.
Every episode
we get to the final four, we're just like, fuck my ass.
Fuck this. I don't want to do any of this anymore. So everybody, we got a final four. The next matchup, JD goes first. JD, Community or Parks and Recreation?
Oh. Man, you're putting me on the spot again.
Don't you fuck me, JD.
I have to turn my brain on again.
No,
right
you
now.
fucking.
I don't know why I'm saying that.
I'm the one that's
me out
getting
to
fucked
dinner?
in this. I don't even get a say, so. Well, I might. We'll see.
Hey, don't you fuck me. At least take me out to dinner before you fuck me. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, Community is one of the most impactful comedies of the last decade for sure. Parks and Rec is great. But like I feel like if people don't like Parks and Rec, I can understand where you're coming from. I really don't get people that don't like Community.
Me neither.
You know?
It offends me kind of too. I'm like, what do you mean that you don't find it funny?
And you don't have to be the biggest fan. You don't have to be able to quote everything. But like if kind of like how we were talking about Big Bang Theory, and how we have that same reaction to people that try to turn us onto the show.
Yeah,
it's that similar feeling of I just don't get how this doesn't reach out to you. I don't get it.
I don't get
because
it.
it reaches out to me on every single level. So I'm gonna go Community, but dude, Andy Dwyer is one of the best characters in any sitcom ever. So let's
Ron Swanson
and Ron Swanson too, and April
totally.
okay, and Tom's okay. Even as an Aziz lover, Tom's okay. It's like, well, let me tell you about this. He did it. He let him out.
I love Entertainment 720.
Oh yeah.
Oh
that's
my
great.
god.
It's
Dude,
always
you
gonna be
can see
John
my brand
Ralphio
from
for
the
me,
Ferris
that
wheel. What?
I love when Adam Scott, whatever his name is on the show, I can't remember.
Ben.
Ben Wyatt. He comes over to help do his taxes, his accounting stuff, and he's like the Entertainment 720 literally hires like hot women to just sit in the desk and look at their phone.
Yeah.
It's like she's literally just playing on her. She's not even doing anything. How much are you getting here? $50,000 in health benefits and everything. Like, holy fucking shit!
Yep. It's funny stuff.
I love, by the way, one of my favorite recurring gags is Ben with the accounting firm, and how he's always like, "All right, well, calculator, calculator,
Oh yeah,
Tim, get in here."
He's like, get in here, get in here.
Ben just said
Ben's got
something
another
really
zinger.
And he's always like on the verge, or even I think with April's somebody's about on the verge to working at the accounting firm. He's literally walking to his desk for his first day, and he's like, "No, I can't do this."
Yeah.
He's always got to quit on them.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny. I love that
It's
gag.
hilarious.
Oh man, it's so thought out. I really do love Parks and Rec so much, and I could vouch for its emotional moments and stuff. But I cried at the end of Community.
Yeah.
When they were all hugging and at the end.
Yeah.
And
It's a family.
it was,
you know,
man, it was really,
you
really
feel like
good.
you're
It
in
was
it.
poignant. Yeah. So I mean, they both have it, but Community has the better, smarter jokes.
Yeah.
That you have to take time to be like, oh, that's really fucking funny. Like that's just next level genius.
Yeah.
It's Harmon brain, man. So I'm gonna have to go with Community, even though I do. Oh man, do I adore Parks and Rec?
Yeah.
I love the entire Paul Rudd arc with.
I
Running
forget
Against
that he's
Leslie
always in
Knope.
that.
And when she gives this great speech, and it was a really well-written speech. Like, if we had heard that during a debate, we'd have been like, that was a great speech.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, Paul Rudd goes, holy fucking shit. Like, and they had to bleep it. Holy shit, that was awesome. It's like, you're the fucking competition, dude.
Right.
Oh, man, he was
That's
like
good.
too nice to do that business or whatever.
Yeah.
Great, man, there's so many great characters. Even, like, bullshit characters that just come in and out. Like,
Yeah.
Catherine Hahn, when she was, who was she banging? Rob Lowe, I think? Rob Lowe's character? I don't know. She was great, too. She was great at being, like, no
Was she
nonsense.
the campaign manager?
She was campaign manager for Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
That's right.
She's great. Yeah, she's
she was
always
great.
great.
Man, she's just, like, no bullshit. Just straight to it. Straight through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always just, like, plowing through Leslie and Ben's niceness. Because that's
Yeah.
their entire Indiana thing is
Right.
just being nice.
Right.
It's great. I love it. I love all character dynamics on that show. It's great.
I love
Not a
the
single bad
Eagleton
character.
Blood feud. Like they just hate each other
For no fucking
Yeah.
reason, yeah.
for
it's
no
great.
reason. Yeah.
Like, they talked about how, like, there was once a fire here, and for 3 days, Eagleton didn't help us or whatever. I can't remember the context, but it was like this really, really crazy story.
Yeah.
And, like,
Yeah.
Eagleton went out of their way to not help. They just stood on the border and, like, pointed and laughed at them or something. It was something really fucked up, but it was funny. I love Community, man. I have to vote that through. Kyle, where would you have landed on this one?
I mean, definitely not Parks and Rec, man.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Fucking hater. All right.
Fuck that show. Let's get real. Let's just get it out of here. No, it'd be Community for me. I mean, for sure. So
I don't know. There might be an obvious, just like the last bracket we did with the most anticipated movies, there might be an obvious winner in this whole thing, but that's fine. If we get there, we get there. Whatever. That's fine.
We'll see.
All right, so the next matchup, we have Kyle's going first on this one. Kyle, here's my question. Arrested Development or Louis?
That's a hard question.
It is a very, very challenging
I like Louis. I feel like I've been really mean to Louis this bracket or whatever. It's kind of up against some stuff that I love, you know?
Yeah,
what's wrong?
Sure.
What's wrong with it, Louis? I really love that show. But Arrested Development is just one of the dangest, smartest comedies that are out there. God, and talk about Zach Braff when he shows up and he's like the guy who runs the Girls Gone Wild type spin-off videos or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Man, and it's just
what
the fuck are you doing here? I think he even shows up in the new season too, doesn't he? As the same character? That could be
maybe briefly. I mean, who doesn't
maybe
show
briefly?
up
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't? Yeah. But yeah, I just really like Arrested Development more. I would say, even though Louis probably. I mean, it goes that it's consistent. I mean, you're getting a consistent kind of story with with Bluths and stuff like that. But Louis, you're getting kind of a different flavor every week. So I mean, you can make a really good argument for getting kind of getting a nice shop around of comedy from Louis.
There's a lot of variety in that show for being about one dude.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you never get tired of one thing. You're never like, oh, his kids. Oh, he's
because he doesn't dwell. He never dwells, even with his own. His own stand-up. He never dwells. He's always like, all right, that's been a year. Get that shit out of here. I'm gonna write completely from scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, he just never dwells on anything. He's always like, all right, I think I did enough with that story, and he'll move on to something like that cop episode. The episode with not the cop episode. The drug dealer episode came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it was like the episode before. Not that they're kind of tangential. Like he just makes them, but. It wasn't serial or anything, so it wasn't like it ended on a cliffhanger and then we got that flashback episode.
Right.
Yeah. It was just the fact that we didn't expect it, and that's what's so great about that show. For sure. I mean, it's probably going to end up leaving. JD, how would you vote on this one?
Oh, man.
I'm fine with that, by the way. If it does, these are fucking amazing shows we're talking about.
Right, it's, I mean, Louis is a show I go to when I'm feeling a very specific way, but Arrested Development is one that even though the story, the congruency is necessary for your first time watch, I could still pick up in any given episode and just laugh my ass off and still immediately know where it's going. Not like the same wouldn't be true for Louis, but for me personally, I have to be kind of in that Louis C.K. mood.
I hear you,
but
there's some darkness to it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it can be a little depressing. Arrested Development is depressing in a different way.
Yeah,
I think because you're just like
how are these people so horrible to each other?
Yeah, they're just so shitty to each other, and they someone described me once as a slightly more intelligent Job.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
I know.
I really don't know. I didn't know how to. I was like, thank you.
Are you like a showman? That's great. Good
Not
for
really.
you.
No, I think just the irreverence of my youth, maybe. Fucking love Joe. One of the best.
He's great.
Not major characters. I mean, he is a major character, but he's not.
Yeah, he's
the main
like
guy in the family.
one of three leads.
I love everything about that show. So I might save some ammo for the next round.
Oh boy, I agree with everything you said about 80 Arrested Development. That's going forward anyway. But I would have voted for that too because of its accessibility. Like Louis might be the best directed show on here
for sure,
especially in certain episodes. But yeah, there's something to it, like in terms of like this is just straight up drama.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it is genre bending in that way. But yeah, Arrested Development moves forward, and it's going to fight Community, and I go first. You motherfucker.
Yeah, have fun.
Fucker, JD. All right, JD's last on this one. Oh my
shit.
God.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a chance. God damn it.
Oh, boy. Do you want to try and form one sentence as to why we should go for Arrested Development? Because I don't know that it's going to be... It might be a cakewalk for Community. I have no idea.
Can I just say that these are, definitely two of the smartest comedies around.
One sentence trying to sway us.
I would say up there with 30 Rock and stuff like that, which
these are the ones that anytime when I was writing the spoiler alert, guys, it's me. There's no other person behind the curtain. I was writing the description for the episode, and these are like the 3 ones that I just kept citing, like or Community, 30 Rock, and Arrested Development, because those are the best that this genre has to offer.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I could spit out a metaphor, not like rap, like not like drop some fire.
If it doesn't rhyme, I'm not going to consider any of your points.
Community to me is like a really fine knit sweater that I could put on when it's cold and feel warm and fuzzy, and it just fucking fits no matter what.
Yeah.
But Arrested Development is the fucking needle. And I say that because they fucking just weave everything so subtly into that fucking show.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Motherfucker. You just started by going, yeah.
I kind of went into the No Country for Old Men. Like, look at that fucking bow.
Well,
that'll never get old.
Bye. All right. I just quoted Tombstone for no reason. All right. So
I'm sure I did nothing to sway you
that
guys
didn't.
at all, so
But
just shit on my
at least
parade.
you got a fucking say at all. I don't know how Kyle's gonna vote. It could be obvious. It could not be. For me, it's gonna be Community. I know I've watched Arrested Development. I watched the new season at least 4 times. But the rest of it, I've probably watched it twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I watched the new season a lot because there was a lot to piece together, which is part of its genius for me. It was like certain jokes would come in out of context, and you're like, "The fuck was that?"
Yeah.
And then 5 episodes later, you get the joke.
Yeah.
Which was brilliant. I thought that was so smart, and I'm sure there's Wikipedias out there that have to like actually explain the jokes to you in certain areas. Man, Community. Community's a fucking juggernaut, dude. Every episode, like, let's forget season. I think it was season 4. Let's forget season 4.
The Gas Leak season.
The Gas Leak season. There's some okay stuff in there, but let's otherwise forget it happened. Every episode is fucking amazing. How is that possible? Every episode's had its own, and then you can't forget the documentary gimmick that Abed did.
Oh yeah.
He did it a couple times. The first one was so good. God damn it, I'm trying to remember specifics now. I remember Troy dressing up as Batman. That was amazing. And he kept talking about Christian Bale.
Abed dresses Batman.
Abed. What did I say?
Oh, Troy.
Abed. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But Abed. But it's so funny where he comes in and saves him at the end of the episode or whatever. Yeah, it's good stuff.
And then he starts rambling, and it makes no sense. He just starts rambling about candy at the end or something like that.
Oh, yeah. When
So good. I love the songs that came out of it, which I hum to date when I'm in an elevator. I'm like, I love that. Troy and Abed in the morning. And then it turned into Troy and Abed's new apartment and everything. Everything's about it's just so genius. Abed being in like that, whatever that chamber was, and it's not a chamber, but a room that he created where he does all his make-believe stuff.
Oh yeah,
his imaginatorium.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he has to like find his way out of it on his own. That was somehow profound too, on top of being funny.
Oh yeah,
G.I. Jeff. That had some profound moments in it.
It absolutely did. Yeah. There's a lot of moments where it's that show's smarter than it actually should be.
Like just the Christmas episode. Remember when they're all like shitty claymation, kind of like the Rudolph episode or the Rudolph special.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great, and there were some profound moments there too because they were all singing to each other and stuff like that, and doing it all for Abed to help him cope with. There was a deeper meaning, like his family wouldn't be celebrating Christmas, wouldn't like they're like disowning him or something like that.
Right.
Really sad stuff, actually. But Community is just great, man. It's so. I mean, they're both layered shows, like layers upon layers upon layers. But man. Community is just some genius shit that we're only going to get like once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Very true.
Thank you, Dan Harmon. Jesus Christ. Kyle, where are you going to vote on this one?
Community for me, man. Just too many good episodes. Too many standouts. Way too many standouts. Abed becoming like the chicken godfather. Where he controls all the fried chicken and stuff like that, and who gets it at lunch and everything. And by controlling who gets the fried chicken, he controls the whole school. Very, very funny episode. There's a lot of great episodes, man. Even the episode where are they stuck like in a like space simulation or something like that?
Which
like they're in like a space simulation or something like that. Like they're all like in a, I don't know, it's an exhibit that they're doing, and they get stuck in this thing and have to like figure out how to like land the spacecraft together, but it's all like a simulation.
It was a bus.
It was
like
a bus.
Yeah, they ended up they ended up, like, somebody ended up stealing it or something like that. Oh my god, that was season 6. That's a good memory, dude. That was like the last season. Because I remember, because I was watching it on Yahoo. Yeah, I was like, yeah,
I think I've only watched that season once.
They stole they like took the truck, or somebody took the truck or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember the reason, but then the truck broke down. It turned into a whole thing, and Abed kept trying to do flashbacks. I remember that in the episode.
Yeah,
that was genius, man.
Yeah,
there was one episode I just remembered, and now it fucking escapes me. But it was a season 6 episode. Shit. And it was so good. I can't remember what it was now. It's going to drive me nuts. But now that you mentioned that one, I was like, man, that was really good. Because he kept trying to throw it back to, man, this sounds like a dialogue that needs context from a flashback. And he kept trying to do a flashback, and they would reel him back in. He's like, yeah, but except that never happened.
That's good.
It's so good. I love the Inception type of episode where it was just flashback upon flashback upon flashback. And Troy is like screaming through the flashbacks at a certain point where he gets a nosebleed. That was great. Oh my god, there's so much fucking genius shit. It's just an episode of flashbacks, and there's no like actual thread or anything. It's just about how they argue all the time, and it's like certain settings of like episodes you wish you got, but it's just brief like flashbacks of them camping or something. Like we never got a camping episode, but we saw how it crumbled.
Right.
Yeah, it was so genius. Sorry for hijacking, but you went with Community.
Yeah, it was with Community. Oh, yeah. It was on topic.
it was on topic, but I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, JD, where would you have? I feel like we kind of fucking ripped you off here.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't really want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah.
There's fucking Lucille somewhere.
Lucille.
Clever jokes everywhere that we'll never get to talk about. But no, I mean, I can't disagree. Community was my number 2, so it's not like, fuck Community. You guys are so wrong. That show's dumb. I like Arrested Development more for me personally, but it is what it is. Oh shit! It is what it is.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. There's Tony Soprano.
Hey, so what? You vote in Community, whatever.
I love Community, and I'm glad it won. Community is our champion of champions, everybody.
Champion of champions.
Single-Cam sitcoms, whether or not all 3 of us love it as the winner, it won.
I think this is the first time I've not voted for the winner.
Ooh.
It feels bad.
What are you trying to say? You trying to take
It feels
credit?
bad, huh?
It feels bad.
Well, I got outvoted for, hey, what does it feel like when, is that what it feels like when Louis C.K. loses?
To David fucking Chappelle, who released 2 specials this year and did a John Mayer show. Come on. I still stand by that decision.
To eulogize Charlie Murphy?
Yeah. Now, once over Children of Men is a less forgivable sin.
Kyle doesn't want to talk about that right now.
It's okay.
It's just salt in the wound.
That was like 3 months ago. Get over it.
It still keeps me up at night.
Well, our minds were made up.
Yeah.
When your mind's made up.
Yeah, right.
Lies,
It's carved in stone.
All right, no coughing on the podcast.
Sorry,
Welcome to
it's
the
at the end.
Coughcast.
It's in the end.
All right, so that's it for us this week. Oh my god, the next topic is going to blow your fucking minds. I can't hype this up enough. Movie villains.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Can't wait.
This is going to be so good.
Yeah.
Cuz
we're going to have to make debates for like how
it's got to be like
evil
Super
these
Fight
people
style.
are.
Have you all seen the game Super Fight?
No.
It's a card game
like Super
where
Fight. I know what you're talking about.
It's like X person with X power versus in this setting versus another random thing. So like all the attributes and everything are spelled out on the cards, and you have to make the argument for which one would win in a fight.
Interesting.
Fucking awesome.
Well, we're going to do it in that manner instead of like, well, what I think is, I mean, there's an element of that, but we're debating out of what we think of the characters. Like,
Right. It's not who would win in a fight per se, but
well, and the cool thing is y'all might be picking up on different evils that that I'm just not.
Yeah.
Y'all may be, you know what I mean? Like we're all going to be pointing out things to each other that we didn't realize were layers of these people's evilness. So it's going to be really interesting. Like we're going to learn a lot about like what we
those
find
characters mean to us as individuals.
Yeah, I was going to say there could be characters in there that you're like, that's not a villain, Jeff. Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What if it's somebody that's just more of kind of like a middle of the road, not quite
there's got to be some obvious ones in here, but
and we're doing all time, right?
All time villains, man.
Shit.
It's going to be good. I definitely made sure to include at least one Nazi in my 10.
At least one.
At least one.
At least one. Wow.
At least one. You got a lot of World War II movies to consider.
Hans Landa, maybe?
Hans Landa might be it. It might be the dude from Schindler's List.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
And that movie's
Can't
okay.
forget about that guy.
It's okay. It's black and white. I'm done. I'm over it.
Black and white, lame. It's 2017. Get over it.
We're like Liam Neeson.
Liam
Neeson. Jesus.
There's some good ones though. You can't forget Team Iceland from D2 to Mighty Ducks.
Can't forget that too. Yeah.
They were fucking assholes.
They were.
All right, so that's it. I'm Jeff. I write for HorrorGeekLife.com, and I'm also around. If you're in the Dallas area or whatever, I'm around playing gigs or whatever. Just go find my music page. I'm back doing it.
I'm glad you started that shit back up again, man.
He's up and doing it. Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
My feet and putting all my songs out there for people to ignore. So go. I don't know if that's true or not. I have no idea how people feel because I'm kind of shy after this. I'm just kind of like, all right, I played. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends.
Right.
I don't really go to people like strangers and be like, so how was it? Was it good?
Yeah, but all people are gonna do is just be like,
how'd you like it?
Be like, yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
It was really good, and then Quincy got back up there and did what I liked. So.
and then I go, okay, cool. Well, let me stand over your shoulder while you go to my Facebook page and give me a like.
Right. But see, you play your old shit, and I'm sitting there like, dude, I fucking remember these songs. You know, like.
Good.
Yeah, good. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. If you're out and about in Dallas and listening to this, then I guess look me up. Look me up. Kyle, where can people find yo shit?
You can find me over at sub-culture.com. Some E3 stuff's coming out here pretty soon. We're going to be doing some stuff for E3. I'm so excited.
Sony,
E3 is my favorite time of year.
Change my life, Sony.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm so excited for them to transcend. Let's see. You can also find me at twitch.tv/sub_cultured. We're doing streams. It seems like every Wednesday right now. So go check us out in the evenings after dinner. Go get your tummies full and go watch me and my friend be goofy for a few hours. It's fun.
And you play good games. We played Nier last
night.
Yeah,
we tried to play some good stuff. Yeah, we played Nier. The game's fucking amazing.
Yeah, that game's incredible.
Yeah, really excited to get it back into that.
And JD is here.
I'm here. I'm on Bigger Than My Podcast.
Yeah, you're on that occasionally. We're about to do a mega episode.
Oh, man.
Mega podcast
crossing
episode.
Of the podcast universe.
It's going to be
shared universe.
It's going to be Bigger Than My Podcast. The John Mayer, the originator, I guess, of podcasts.
We're the first. We're the first.
We're the first. Okay,
totally first.
Don't let anybody tell you different.
No denying.
And then we have this other podcast, the Mayor Cast, and we're going to do a combined episode because we befriended each other.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a combined episode about John Mayer's latest album.
Can't wait.
All right, so stick around for the Movie Villains episode coming up next, and drop us a line on like YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, and let us know how much you disagree with us.
Yeah, that's what the internet's for, really, when you think about it.
Exactly.
I really don't know anybody who watches Community outside of you and just a few people. So.
So
I got to be honest. I don't know a lot of people that watch that show, which is why it didn't ever get. Why it constantly struggled with ratings and stuff.
Such a bummer. Such a giant bummer.
Viewership, I should say, not ratings, but.
Even on Yahoo TV crumbled. Like they had a thing they were going to build up with Community and Other Space, which is still hilarious. People need to watch that. It includes a lot of people from Mystery Science Theater, and it's just really really funny. And then they lost so much money on it, they just shut down Yahoo TV. Yeah, like they just shut it down. We're not doing this shit.
Community. Anymore. I know Dan Harmon just like everywhere I go, I kill things.
Except Rick and Morty, that shit's going just smooth and swimmingly. Just keep releasing it when you want to release it, not when the network.
Yeah, don't succumb to someone's schedule. Exactly. That's when you start hating your work.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Like Community, 100%. He had to do 20-something episodes, and I'm sure. When he went to Yahoo and did 13, it was like, oh, thank God. You know what I mean? Like, I can do what I want. Right. And that's why every episode felt super special. At least to me it did. So, yeah. Thanks for checking this out. And we're going to close it out.